So for step 8, the motor, we're going to put the motor plate onto the motor, and as you can see that the pinion gear, because this is the tiny 380 motor, the pinion gear is already pre-installed. So all we need to do is put the motor plate on. Then what we're going to do in the same step is work on the spur gear and get that ready for installation. And I've already pulled the pieces together here. So let me just set up the camera and we'll put this together. So as you can see, there's a double notch in the motor and there's nowhere else that it is. So I know it's pretty much going to be going into this from this direction. And you can see that there are three holes, and we're going to be using these 2 holes to attach that motor plate to the motor. Now, before we do that, you'll notice that this has 2 holes, but they're off center. And there's the one that's off to the right. So those are the 2 places that we're going to be putting the screws and attaching to the motor. But you're also going to notice that there are a couple of nuts. Now, the nuts are actually don't actually have anything to do with the screws that we're going to be putting in. These are to do with when we go to attach the motor to the gearbox. So we've got to first get these in place. Come on. Just got to be careful to set them in properly. There we go. And then you can see that they're going to go top to bottom. And the same thing, we see that how that's going to fit. So we know that this is going to fit just like that. And you can see that the 2 holes that we're going to screw the screws into. So we just need to hold that tight, grab one of our screws and put it in the hole. And we can start screwing it in. And I don't want to put it off or upside down yet or sideways just in case it pops out, because I know that those nuts are in there loose. So grab the other screw, put it in. In fact, maybe because that's mostly on, I will do it this way. There we go. Okay, so that now is on. So you can see how that's sitting a little off center, and then you can see the back side of the nut, which will then be attached to the gearbox. So that part is done. So now let's look at the spur gear. So for the spur gear, we need to put in 2 of the bearings that we're replacing the plastic bushings with. So there we go. Let's push them in. So there we go. We've got the bearings in place. And then there's the shaft. And they want this greased up. Now you'll notice I've switched to a new tube of grease because I pretty much was running out again of the little tubes that the kit comes with. Now in the description you're going to notice that there is a link to some of this exact same grease. And it's an affiliate link, so just know that yes, I will be getting a little something for recommending it, but it's needed for your car no matter where you get it from, and it does help the channel anyway, so feel free to use that link if you decide to purchase more grease. But that's what it looks like, and it's worked really, really well. So we're going to stick this now inside of there. And now we are ready to go to move on to step 9. So step 8, we've got our motor and motor plate and spur gear. Step 9, we're now going to attach all of that to the gearbox.